Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I'm going to talk about 4 times you're actually going to see the demon come out in the narcissist. See, you don't normally see the demon in the narcissist. A lot of people don't even realize that they're dealing with a demon, all right? But then there's certain times that demon is going to come out and it's going to show themselves. So I'm going to talk about the 4 times that narcissist is going to show themselves as a demon. That's when you're going to see the demon really come out in the narcissist. So let me dive right in. When are you going to see that demon come out? When do you think you're going to see the demon come out? That's why people come back and they say, I saw the demon in the narcissist. I saw it, right? Well, number one time you're going to see that demon come out in the narcissist, and you're going to realize that you're not dealing with somebody that's human, is when they're angry. When a narcissist gets angry, they are a beast like no other, okay? And you're going to see that their eyes are going to turn black, and you're going to see the darkness, deepness right through their eyes. When you look at them, you're going to see that darkness, and you're going to see a person you've never seen before, all right? They're going to stare at you with those dark black eyes, and you're going to feel the evilness, and you're going to feel that fear inside you. And a lot of times you're going to see the demon come out when you cause a narcissistic injury. That's when you insult the narcissist in some way. Sometimes you could see it even when you ignore the narcissist. They change up and they get angry when you ignore them. That's why you got to be careful depending on the type of narcissist you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a malignant narcissist, you have to be careful, all right? So when they incur a narcissistic injury, they completely, some of them will rage and be very, very frightening. You may fear for your life in some instances, especially if it's a malignant narcissist, because narcissists, depending on the type of narcissist you're dealing with, they'll rage differently. Like a malignant narcissist could break everything in your house, could put their hands on you. A covert narcissist is more of a silent rage. They don't usually want to show their hand unless you really, really set them over the top, all right? And that's when a covert narcissist can really, you see a person you never even thought existed in them, all right? Because they've hidden it so long. Covert narcissists are cold, they're cool cats. They try to hold themselves in control because they don't want to give you the satisfaction. But when you push them too far, you push them in a corner, like you're really coming at them, you're going to see them all of a sudden come out and rage at you, all right? That's when you've really pushed them to the point of no return. Most of the time, they're just going to call you crazy and run out on you and do a silent treatment. But when you really, really provoke that narcissist with that narcissistic rage, that covert narcissist, they may snap. And that's when you see somebody that you thought this person was kind, you thought they were vulnerable, you thought they were gentle, and all of a sudden you see the rage come out of them, and you see the eyes open up and turn black and stare and look right through you. That's the demon coming out at you, all right? That's the demon spirit within that narcissist finally showing themselves. See, the demon wants to hide, okay? The demon tries to hide in the body. And the only way you're going to get that demon to come out is to really, really provoke it. Really provoke that demon, all right? And then it shows themselves. So, if you really want to see what somebody's about, if you provoke, and now I don't recommend doing this because narcissists can be dangerous, but if you provoke a narcissist, and it doesn't necessarily mean like you're going out to just provoke them. It means basically you may have strong boundaries. They're not getting their way. You're telling them no. You may be trying to get them to be accountable. All right. It's not like you're overly going to attack them. Just not giving them what they want is kind of like irritating and could be, provoking the narcissist to where that demon will come out. And then when they come out, you'll know that demon's out because they are going to be wicked like no other. I always say this is a big red flag that you're dealing with a narcissist because they don't just fight like regular people. They fight to destroy you, all right? And especially if you cause a narcissistic injury or they're not getting what they want, they will rip you up to shreds. They will throw low blows. They'll bring your children. They'll insult your children. They'll insult your family. They'll say anything to try to hurt you. They don't know how to hold back, all right? Or at that point, they don't want to hold back. They have so much anger, so much hate that's buried deep inside themselves at you, and you don't even know it. And then they come out with these, really cruel things that they say about you. They want to really hurt you. And you say to yourself, I can't even believe they said that. That's such a low blow to bring up my child, say something about my child, say something about my family, say something that I'm really sensitive about. Narcissists don't care about what you are sensitive about. That's when you're going to see that demon come out, all right? That demon's going to come out and they're going to attack you. They're going to be trying to, they're either going to attack you physically, where they come at you if it's a malignant narcissist, or they're going to attack you verbally. Or if it's a covert narcissist, they're going to attack you behind your back a lot of times by calling the authorities on you or running a smear campaign, gossiping about you and having everybody line up against you. That's when the demon is really coming out. And that's really when you're going to see the evilness and the wickedness of that demon within that person come out, because they do things that a normal person wouldn't normally do, all right? But because they're demonic, they don't care, all right? They're looking to really hurt you. See, with a normal person, you could have a confrontation and maybe you could sit down and you could talk to them about it. Not with a narcissist. With a narcissist, it's an all-out war. They either won't deal with you because you're too strong for them. When you're too strong for them, they're going to run from you, okay, and go into a silent treatment and no contact. But if they feel that they can, swipe you and come at you and attack you verbally or whatever, all right, that's when you're really going to see the demon come out, and that's when they're going to call you every wicked name they could think of, and you're going to say, wow, this person's really, really cruel. This person is demonic. They have demons inside themselves, and you'll see the rage in their face because, like I said, that the eyes are the window to the soul. And you'll see when you look at them, their eyes turn black and they stare you down and you feel like they look like they want to kill you. They actually look like they want to kill you, all right? That's the rage and the anger and the evil that's really inside them that is finally showing themselves. That's when you're going to see that demon, okay? When you piss off that narcissist, you get them angry, you cause a narcissistic injury. Now, what's another time that demon is going to come out? When the narcissist is drinking, okay? A lot of times people, when they're drinking, there's no longer the mask, all right? They, because they're drinking and their senses are blurred now. They can't hold back because of, either drugs or alcohol. And they're going to say things that you may not have ever heard them say. And people say, they'll come back at you later on and they'll say, oh, I didn't mean that. I was drinking. Yes, they did. Okay. Because the truth comes out when people are, when they may be drinking, when they're on drugs, because there's nothing there to stop them from speaking the truth. And that's why a lot of people get information out of somebody when they're drunk. All right. Because when they're drunk, if you ask the narcissist certain questions, they may come out and tell you the truth because they don't have anything holding them back. Or the other thing that could happen is they could rage on you when they're drunk. All right. Again, it could be very dangerous around certain narcissists when they're drinking, because they can, not only are they evil to begin with, but just give them alcohol and they could be twice as, detrimental and vicious and frightening when they have the alcohol in them. That's what a lot of people get killed, when they're dealing with a narcissist who's drinking and out of control, because there's nothing at that point holding them back. They have no self-control whatsoever. And so it could be a very dangerous situation. When you're dealing with a narcissist who's drinking and who's dangerous, best thing to do is to keep your mouth shut, all right? Because you don't want to start with this person, because they have nothing, they have absolutely no control, all right? And they could hurt you. They could really, really hurt you, all right? But that's when you're going to see that demon come out in them, when they're not able to hold back, and you see them, they may, the demon may come out too with sarcasm. They come out with that sarcastic remarks. That's demonic activity as well, you guys. When somebody is constant, that's the demon trying to peck away at your self-esteem. So they make these sarcastic remarks. This is your covert narcissist. They have that demon that, that deep within themselves that comes out by sarcasm, that constantly makes sarcastic remarks, that is trying to peck away at your self-esteem, all right? So they're going to give you, backhanded compliments. They're going to say a joke that's hurting you and slighting you, and then say, oh, I'm only joking. Oh, you take everything seriously. You take everything to heart. Oh, you make a big deal out of anything. No, they said something that they know is intentionally going to hurt you. All right. What's the point of saying it in the first place? Okay. It's not funny. What's the point in saying it? You said it because you wanted to hurt me. Period. Dot. End of story. But see, they're going to gaslight and try to cover up. This is what they do. Or they'll try to pick on somebody, in an indirect, passive aggressive way, and then say, oh, they didn't mean it, or they were sorry, they didn't mean it, or they'll make excuses. They were going through something at the time. They meant it, all right? Never accept an apology from them, because it's not a real apology. It's a fake, phony apology. That's how they are, all right? Because they don't have any good intent. They only have, the evil within themselves, and the evil within themselves is to hurt you, put you down, criticize, judge you, get you in trouble with the law, try to make you fall to pieces. They want you a basket case. They want you destroyed. This is what the narcissist wants. This is what that's how you really know there's demons in these people, because they're not just happy walking away. They want to destroy you. That's real evil in the world. When people want to really destroy you and they can't that's real hate. That's what that is, you guys. That's real hate, anger. These are all demons within that person, that narcissist. And it'll come out, and you see, because if you're really, really hurt badly by somebody, listen to me when I tell you this. If you've been really, really hurt badly by somebody, 99% of the time you dealt with a demon, okay? Because generally, if you have a problem with somebody and let's say it doesn't work out, you go your way, I go my way, okay, whatever. But the reason that you're so deeply hurt is because you dealt with a demon that was so evil that it ripped you up inside, okay? They ripped you up inside. Why? Because they either fooled you by being a master of confusion and leading you on to think that they cared about you, loved you. They really, really played you, and they used their, demonic power to try to fool you and confuse you the way the devil tries to confuse people. He tried to confuse Jesus. This is the way the narcissist is. They try to confuse you, all right? This is how evil tries to get over. They try to confuse you. This is how the narcissist works, by confusion. So the narcissist is going to try to confuse you, and you got really, really hurt by it because they did such a great job of misleading you, and then they leave you cold with no empathy or anything like that. You dealt with a demon, whether you want to realize it or not. You dealt with a demon. You dealt with somebody that really, really has demonic properties within themselves that, really cold as ice, hurtful, twist the truth. Demons twist the truth, all right? because, they're of the dark side. They're evil. They're of the, they took the side of darkness. They don't believe in walking in the truth. They don't believe in God's word. And most of them don't even believe in God or answering to any kind of God, because they don't believe they don't believe in God. All right. So this is what it is, you guys. You're going to see it during the rage. You're going to see it when they're angry. You're going to see it when they're drinking. You're going to see it when you've pushed them over the edge. And now, when's the last time you're going to see the narcissist? I'm going to tell you when the last time you're going to see that narcissist. When they really don't need you, okay? When a narcissist doesn't need you, that's when you're really going to see the evilness, the coldness, the discard. That's when you're really going to see the demon in them, because they just have no love whatsoever for you. It was all an act to use you, manipulate you, and get that supply out of you. The other time, too, that you're going to see that demon is during divorce, okay? When you that's why I always say, when you have a divorce with a narcissist, don't ever try to do mediation with a narcissist. Get yourself an attorney, and, go after them that way, because a narcissist is going to try to screw you over in mediation. All right. They're not fair and partial. You need good legal counsel. Don't chintz out on legal counsel, because you'll pay later. So that's also, the person that you divorce is not the person that you married. Okay. There's a meme about this, about how the person that you divorce is not the same person that you married. And that's true. And why? Because they know it's over. And now it's World War III, okay, with the narcissist. They're not just going to divorce you. They're going to make you pay for that narcissistic injury. And that's the real demonic spirit within themselves. That's when you're really going to see the demon. I've seen it. I've seen it in the court. Oh my gosh. You guys, if you ever want to see demons, just go to family court, okay? In family court, you're going to see them all come out. You're going to see the rage come out in those narcissists, you're not going to believe it. I mean, I remember sitting outside the courtroom, and some guy, the case before me came out, and the guy came out looking to almost hit the lawyer. He came after the lawyer, and he started screaming in the hallway. He said, "Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you really happy that I won't be able to see my kids anymore?" This guy must have did something really bad if he's not able to see his kids anymore, okay? Because normally judges would not rule on that. So he must have did something really, really bad, all right? But that's when you really see the narcissist go wild, all right? Because the narcissist now is going to have to be held accountable in court, for things they may have done, and they don't like it, all right? So you're really going to see the demonic spirit, and the demon's going to come out in the narcissist. You're going to see them wicked like you've never seen before, okay? Not so much in front of the judge, but once they get out of that room, they're going to look to kill whoever put them in a bed. They're going to look to not kill literally, but maybe in some cases if you're dealing with a malignant narcissist, but they're going to be looking to go after whoever caused that narcissistic injury, because that demon is coming out, and they don't like to ever be held accountable or to be exposed as anything bad or toxic or shame, all right, in front of people. Ooh, and they're going to blame you. That's why it's not necessarily always over when you divorce somebody. They're still going to look to torture you, all right? Because, narcissists don't let it go. They're going to try to get back at you, even after you divorce them. They're trying to make your life as hard as possible, counter-parent, make it difficult, manipulate the children. There's 101 different ways they try to hurt you, all right? So, it's something that, hard to get away from, all right? So the bottom line is, these are all the times that you're going to see that demon come out of that narcissist, all right? When they're angry, when it's really over in the relationship, you're going to see the wickedness, and you'll see the way they talk to you. They talk to you like you've never seen it. That's when the real wicked comes out, and you can't believe they're calling you certain names that they call you. When they're drinking, when you've pushed them over the edge, and when they don't need you, okay? When they don't need you, that's when you're going to see the narcissist get wicked. And I'm going to throw one more, and divorce. When you go through a divorce, you're going to see an evil like you never seen before. Let me tell you something, you guys. When I got divorced, I got totally blindsided. You know, when I was getting divorced, I told my ex-husband, listen, it's not working out. We're not able to communicate, because I didn't realize at the time I was dealing with a covert narcissist who was passive aggressive. That's why I tell you guys, you got to learn these passive aggressive behaviors, and you'll know exactly what and who you're dealing with. But I figured, okay, we're just going to go to court and, you know, we'll just work it out, whatever. Was I in for a rude awakening? My ex-husband did absolutely everything he could to try to hurt me, sabotage me, you name it. He tried to do everything that he could to try to hurt me because of that narcissistic injury of the divorce, all right? So I know all about that. So let me tell you, you know, you're going to see, don't ever think, you know, it's going to ever end peacefully with the narcissist, because 9 times out of 10, it doesn't. So you're going to see the real demon come out of them, and it's a beast like no other. Oh, another time you're going to see, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot about this. This is so true. The other time you're going to see the demon come out with the narcissist is when you bring up their mother, if their mother is toxic. See, a lot of times you're dealing with a toxic narcissist and they have a toxic mother, okay? Not all the time, but a lot of the time, okay? They're toxic just like their toxic mother or toxic father. And these people, they work as a cult against you. And if you ever say one thing about their family, just one thing, that's when you're going to see a demon like you have never fucking seen before. And I have seen it, all right, where I've been charged at everything, all right, but not even by insulting the family, just making a comment like, you know, where was your mother or something like that. Ooh, will they rage? You know why? Because they're so worried about the validation of their toxic family that if you say one thing about them, they're loyal to their toxic family, they're going to come at you, okay? And you're going to see that demon come out. You're going to see those black eyes come out. They may look to grab you, throw you on a wall if they're real violent or something like that. But, you know, they will get crazy. And that demon is going to come, and you're going to say to yourself, why are they getting so crazy? It's like, I can't even say anything. I can't even say one thing about how their mother was wrong, or she didn't do this, or she didn't, you know, she never says hello or something like that. You can't say one thing about their toxic family, or you will see an animal, a demon come out of them like you have never seen before, because they're very fragile, and they're fragile about their you know, their crooked, toxic family. And that's a fact. And I have lived through that. And I'm telling you guys from experience, that's another time you're going to see that demon come out of them, is when you bring up anything that you say about their family, that their family did was wrong. They're going to go, you're going to see oh my goodness. You're going to see wildness like you've never seen before in your life. Okay. So I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. If you're confused, you don't know if you're dealing with a narcissist and you need clarity, check out the link in the bio. Also, you guys, check out my YouTube at the Game Exposed podcast on YouTube. I have over 6,000 videos. I'm running out of things to talk about because I've talked about almost everything here, okay? The other thing, too, you could also put in the comments, you know, what you would like to hear about, any podcast topics you want to hear about or video topics. Put it in the comments what you want to hear about. Check out my Instagram at thegameexp123 and have a great day.